Alright folks, welcome to Premium Fuel Mag, and it is a cold winter morning. Today, I'm gonna be trucking with Jake. There he is. What's up, Jake? So we just got here to the truck. It's 32 degrees, and we gotta do some walking around stuff, I guess, to make sure this thing's good to go. Jake's gonna tell us all about it. Yeah, so we're gonna fire it up, start getting it aired up. A lot of stuff on the truck runs on air pressure. That's the trailer air supply valve. Okay. So I just open it up so air from the tanks can go back to the trailer, fill up the airbags and suspension, and fill up the brake system because trucks use air brakes and air suspension. So. Okay, so that all gets air from the same place? Correct. And I'll idle the truck up so it warms up and the air compressor can catch up a little bit. The air that's going to the trailer now. We'll get our footwell lights on. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Underglow. Yeah, man. Fancy. We'll throw on the running lights so we can go around and check them, and we'll hit the hazard lights, make sure all our turn signals work. All right, cool. So this is not the truck we rode in before. What year is this? And tell us a little bit about the truck. This is a 2022 Freightliner 122 SD. How much power does it have? It's got a big SD badge. So the motor in this truck is rated for 600 horsepower, but it's detuned to 500 horsepower. Only 500. Which is some PS. It's a 16-liter motor. Jeez. It should be making more than 500 horsepower. Probably like 2,000 foot-pounds of torque, right? Yeah, 2050. Yeah, 2,050 foot-pounds of torque. Okay. It's got a 13-speed flappy paddle bullshit. Oh, no stick. Yeah, like this is the biggest downfall of this truck right here is the fact that it's automatic. I mean, it's literally just as bad as an E46 SMG. It is terrible. Like, I literally pulled out into traffic yesterday and it just totally lost its fucking mind and didn't know what to do. So that's really like an SMG right there? Yes, it is literally exactly the same as an SMG. You could take the automatic like servos off of the transmission and turn it into a manual. Okay, so folks that don't know what an SMG is, it's literally a manual transmission that has hydraulics physically doing this part for you, so you don't get to do that, and the clutch, and then it replaces it with that. So it's like an automatic, but it's really more like a manual. Yeah, I mean literally right underneath there. And then you got your little bed back there for taking naps in. Yep. It's not bad. It's big enough where you could probably spend a week in there without losing your mind. All right, let's get the checks going. Yep. We gotta pump the tires and check the lights. So I guess you're trying to listen for a specific sound that's going to tell you whether or not you got air? Yeah, this is actually the DOT approved method for checking the air in your tires. Okay. What you want to listen for is like a, like a hard kind of bouncy sound and not like a hollow sound. Mm-hmm. Not that sound. No, that's the fender to the trailer. I do that every morning to scare the shit out of myself. If it was empty, it would be like a thump thump. Okay. Instead of like a... Gotcha. It sounds like you're beating on a drum. Uh-huh. And then, of course, we have to get underneath the truck, and we have to check the depth of the brake linings. We have to check that the slack adjusters are adjusted properly, but this truck has disc brakes, so we don't need to do that, but we do need to do it for the trailer. Okay. We have to check all the U-joints and suspension bushings and connections and make sure that all those are properly secured and they're not crack damaged or leaking. Okay. We got to check all the fluids under the hood, and we're going to do all that now. All right. Trucks, they used to have, as you saw in the Peterbilt, you know, the big air cleaner that sat here. Yeah. Air intake. They tried to simulate that, but then make it aerodynamic. But it is a functional air intake. Okay. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there it is.
is.
That is an engine.
Yep.
It's huge.
It's a Detroit DD16.
Okay.
That's the biggest motor that Detroit Diesel makes.
Oh,
it's
cool.
actually a very rare motor. When I tell truck drivers that this truck has it, they're like, whoa. I think it's like a 15.4 liter. They just round stuff up because it's so big.
Yeah, you got so many liters.
Yeah. But single turbo, inline 6 diesel.
Okay.
Very, very large.
Got a lot of airlines and stuff going on there.
Yep. Yeah, like I was saying before, you know, a lot of stuff on the truck runs off of air. The transmission runs off of air. The brakes run off of air. The suspension runs off of air.
Okay.
The seats, the cab.
That's the diesel filter right there?
Yeah, yep, that's the fuel filter. The newer trucks have really big fuel filters on them, so that is bigger than what they used to be.
Oh, okay.
But it makes the runtime a lot longer. That was one thing I had to do with the Peterbilt. Every once in a while, the fuel filters would clog up while I was driving. I had to pull over and change them on the side of the road.
Ugh, I bet it's nasty, isn't it?
Yeah, but, you know, get some nice gloves. And once you use them up, just throw the gloves out because they're going to be soaked in diesel. But yeah,
Big old air box.
Your fun emission stuff, your EGR pipe right there.
That EGR pipe is the size of an exhaust on a Honda Civic.
Literally. And then, you know, the other emission stuff you can see on the exhaust side.
Is that the intercooler pipe?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Giant, humongous intercooler piping. You know, the air box running down into the turbo. And it's actually interesting, like, you know, there's the inlet side, and the exhaust side is like all the way back here. There's like a really long shaft.
Oh, okay, so they've got the two halves kind of separated.
Yeah, and that's like the EGR actuator right here. You can actually see how big the EGR cooler is right there.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really big. And then if you look underneath the step that you're going to step up later, is like this entire box right here that you can see down in there. That is like the whole DPF filter, SCR, where the DEF is injected.
Okay.
Catalytic converter, like this,
all in that box.
I call this the big box of doom because this is where everything goes wrong in these newer trucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the emission stuff. But the cool thing is it does have functional stacks.
Go up the stacks, yeah.
Which is rare for these newer trucks.
Okay.
Nothing comes out of it though. No black smoke, no white smoke.
So we've got like a semi-hot rodded truck right here. This is like a stock BMW we got going on
exactly.
right here.
This is like stock BMW power.
Okay.
It's like a 340. But it doesn't have the factory performance package that you could get. You know, the factory tune.
Right, yeah.
You can get the like performance tune on it. It doesn't have the performance tune. It's just got the standard out the box tune.
Okay, cool.
And that's pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna check all these clamps here and make sure none of them are cracked, damaged, or leaking. Check all the belts, all the fluids, and all that. We're gonna need to show all that boring shit.
Alrighty.
So this is Lafarge Wholesome in Hagerstown, Maryland. This is one of the biggest cement plants on the East Coast. So that whole tower is where the cement's being produced and like all the other stuff around it. These rail cars right here get loaded full of cement powder and get shipped, you know, all over the country. And then that is the holding silo right there where the cement powder is held and either put in the rail cars or put in our tanker trucks.
Alright, Jake, what's this guy doing right here?
So he's gonna go open the hatch on top of his trailer so that they can drop the chute in it and get it loaded once it goes into the silo. So puts on a little gangway with the cage around it. There's just latches that you pop off. There it is. Easy as that, as long as you have a well-maintained lid. Make sure that gate shuts behind you, otherwise you can't do this. And just hit this pedal down here, releases it, and then just push it forward.
That's what it looks like in there. Black hole.
They'll yell at you when to stop, but here they have a spread like green light system, which is convenient.
right, so the cement is going in the truck. That tube right there. How many pounds of cement are we going to get today? Cement powder.
We get about 50,000 pounds.
50,000. All right, cool. All right. We cannot see anything in there.
Oh, you kind of can.
A little bit.
Where it's gray.
Yeah, it's like 2 feet down, I guess.
Yeah, it's all cement powder.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and you know, it dribbles a little bit on the rim here, so you gotta run your boot around the rim and get some of the excess off because it'll build up and it'll harden, and then the lid won't seal. The lid won't seal because we pressurize this trailer. So if there's the slightest leak in it, it'll start blowing dust out of it.
Okay.
But there's a lot of lazy guys that won't clean this, and it'll leak like really, really bad.
Tight.
Yes, sir.
All right, how many gallons are we gonna take today?
Price of diesel is $3.55. It'd be like 42, 43 gallons.
Okay.
Which, this is a 100-gallon fuel tank on this side, and there's another 100-gallon fuel tank on the other side. And there's another pump over there. So we can turn on that other pump and fill that other side. But if I put 200 gallons of fuel in the truck, diesel is about 8 pounds a gallon. So you do the math, 8 pounds a gallon, 200 gallons of fuel, it's 1,600 pounds.
Yeah.
That's 1,600 pounds of cement that I can't carry in the tank because we get loaded up to the gross legal maximum weight of 80,000 pounds.
Okay.
So I put just enough fuel in to get where I need to go and back.
Gotcha.
So that way I can haul as much cement as I can in the trailer.
Makes sense. All right, folks, so we made it to our destination, which is a construction site down here in southern Maryland. And as you can see behind me, there, off in the distance, there's a concrete spreading truck. That's what we're dropping off concrete to. Concrete or cement? What is this?
This is cement.
Cement, yeah.
Concrete is what you're standing on, like this curb, once it's already mixed up with rock and stone and dirt, depending on, you know, what kind of concrete they want. They'll change the mixture of dirt, stone, and additives, like I was telling you before. They'll put like different chemicals in it, and then mix it with water, and then they can pour it out and make stuff like this curb. What we have is the raw cement powder, which is the base of concrete.
Super dusty.
Yeah.
See the dust storm over there.
It literally is dust.
Okay.
So I was showing you this before. This is a PTO driven, so there's a drive shaft that comes off the transmission, air compressor. So this is like a big rotary motor that does nothing but compress air. Compressed air comes out of here. It's got baffling inside there to kind of quiet it down. What we do, this is just an adapter because I have a different hose size. Take this hose, comes from the trailer, hook it up to the blower. And as you can see, it goes to this pipe, which leads down. This is a check valve, leads down to this other pipe. This is the pipe that goes to the aerators.
Okay.
So this goes down along the other side of the trailer. You can see it through here. It's that pipe right there.
Okay.
And then you can see the hoses that come off of that. And they go to these guys, which are called aerators. And what they do is they pressurize the trailer by pushing air up from the bottom, and they also vibrate.
Okay.
So the cement powder, which is going to be kind of clumped together, like you think of like wet sand, that'll kind of break it apart and help it, you know, be softer and fluffier and easier to flow out of it. So it pressurizes the trailer, shakes up the cement, and then once you open this valve, the cement can come out into this discharge line and go out the back into whatever we're unloading into.
Cool. So it's got 3 different outlets?
Yep.
Just turn all of those on?
We do one at a time.
Okay.
It'll be too much cement to go through at one time. but the pressure from the trailer pushes it out. But sometimes that's not enough to get the cement flowing out of the pipe free enough. So you have this valve here. This is the same pipe that comes from the blower. This valve right now is shut. All the air would be going to the vibrators to pressure the trailer, but I can open up this valve and air will go to the discharge pipe. Okay. So I can help push the cement out with some extra air.
It's like a little extra boost.
Yeah, just a little extra boost.
Okay.
Because sometimes we'll push up into a silo, like where we got loaded from. And since that's like way up in the sky, you need an extra boost to get the cement to go up and out. Okay. Since we're going into a truck, which is like the same level as our truck, it doesn't need like hardly any bit of a boost at all. So this will be mostly closed.
Cool.
Yeah. And there's some other stuff, you know, something called top air. This trailer can haul different kinds of dry bulk products like sand, plastic pellets, stuff like that, other kinds of powders, and you can add air to the top of the trailer to push stuff down. Like if stuff is kind of heavier, needs help being pushed down to the bottom of the trailer. And then this is the pressure release valve. They call it a blowdown valve. So that was open, so when we got loaded, the air that's inside the trailer can be displaced. Okay. It can go out of that. Obviously, when we're going to pressurize the trailer, we're going to let it close, so no pressure comes out of the trailer. Once we're done, we'll open that back up to let the extra pressure out of the trailer. Okay. And we've got gauges that lets us know the pressure inside the trailer and then the pressure in the discharge line. You don't want to let the pressure in the trailer go above 15. You don't want to let the pressure in the discharge line go above 15. And you kind of just play with that valve that sends pressure to the discharge line to kind of help balance out the two. Because if you put air to the discharge line, less is going to the trailer. So that'll kind of help balance the two pressures. Because also if you put more air to the discharge line, it's easier for that cement to come out. The pressure won't be as high.
Cool. And all that comes out the back here.
Yep. Comes out the butt.
Cool.
Yep. And we got a hose that we'll hook up to it. Once that truck is empty, I'll hook the other end up to it. That truck has the ability to just dump the cement powder out of it and spread it evenly. The only thing that I can do is just push it out in a massive cement storm. So that's what it is right here.
And this is actually to help the foundation become more solid. They mix this in with dirt, and then when it gets wet, it makes really hard dirt for a good foundation.
Yeah, they call it soil stabilization. Okay. Is what they're doing with that truck.
Moving.
The level's probably about right here. You can tell with the hammer.
All right, guys, so it's the end of the day. We're back at the cement plant, and Jake is filling up the truck one more time to get ready for tomorrow. We got 2 custom trucks over there. Those things look pretty cool. So apparently the company that owns these trucks has all custom trucks. That's pretty neat. Jake, we went the whole trip and you didn't toot the horn. There we go. All right, folks. So that's pretty much the end of this video. Trucking with Jake. Say peace out, Jake.
Peace out, y'all.
It's been fun. We'll catch you on the next one.